The Raquba refugee camp in eastern Sudan once housed Ethiopians fleeing famine, but now life has flooded back into the isolated camp as refugees seek safe haven from the Tigray conflict. Camp director Abdel Basset Abdel Ghani said a month ago this was just a piece of desert, but now it's turned back into a town. The sound of hammering and digging rings out as people build temporary huts, while elsewhere children take lessons in makeshift classrooms.
It's the first 5 of the classrooms on another site in the camp. We have another 5. There'll be 2 shifts of about 40 students each. So in this initial phase, we'll just help 800 people.
Young people kick a football around in the dust while others line up to refill containers of water. According to the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, more than 44,000 refugees have crossed into Sudan since fighting broke out in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region on November 4. The rapidly growing Raquba refugee camp, located some 50 miles from the border, once housed refugees who fled Ethiopia's 1983 to 1985 famine that killed more than 1 million people. It was closed 20 years ago, but reopened for a second time earlier this month. Authorities have assigned some families 200 square meter or over 2,100 square feet area and have provided them with rudimentary materials and tools to make the wicker shelters. Others, less inclined to build the structures themselves or who are convinced their stay will be brief, have opted for white tents distributed by UNHCR. Raquba is Sudan's only official refugee settlement. Other camps near the border are transit centers where new arrivals are registered before being directed towards Raquba. According to the UN Refugee Agency, the camp now houses almost 9,700 people.
العدد فوق ل 9,000 من اللاجئين. كمية الموية في المعسكر يعني قد تكون انه يعني نحتاج لاكثر من الكمية يعني قليلة ونحتاج للادوات الصحية.
Ghani said some 2,100 huts have been set up since the settlement was reopened this month. Toilets have been put in place across the camp, and UN Children's Agency UNICEF has installed water tanks. Abdel Ghani said, luckily the region has a lot of underground water, even though the infrastructure is poor. He said the camp can accommodate 20,000 people, but the number of arrivals is constantly going up. An additional 3,000 huts are planned to fill the gap in demand, he added.